Good evening, class. My name is Michael Watkins. I'm here to just give you a brief explanation of my social autobiography. So, so basically in my social autobiography, it speaks about how I came up from high school, how I used to be in love with football, and I only thought I had a narrow-minded vision, so I only thought football, and I never thought about the education aspect of it. But one day, I broke my ankle playing basketball right before we were released for the summer. Then at that given point in time, I was lost. I didn't know what I want to do, how I want to do it, or I was just lost. I didn't know. I feel like I didn't have no purpose anymore. But just to speed it on up, I speak about how an interaction with a certain classmate opened my mind up to mechanic, because being a mechanic is something like the norm where I'm from. It's either you be a football player or you be a mechanic, or you just what I'm saying, you work as forestry. But it speaks about how I had a lot of issues that helped me become a better individual, a better person. And it I speak a lot on hold on one second. It speaks I spoke a lot about how I was unprepared for the real world. My parents, they didn't really sit me down, they didn't teach me nor show me the means and the ways of life. So I had to kind of wonder, and I had to kind of make a lot of mistakes before I can be able to do better. So it speaks about how you know how I witness gender how I witness gender role differences in the workplace. I noticed that when I was working at a certain place, I heard a couple of guys speaking in a disrespectful manner towards females, and they felt a certain way about it, and they spoke to me about it. And after speaking with them, it explains how I became closer to them, and it also touched bases on uh, how how me and my wife had to go through a phase where we had to where we had to go through where we had to go through resocialization. We flew out here to Hawaii, and everything's different out here. So they see, not saying it in a disrespectful aspect, but you have multiple races out here, and they see African Americans as different. So we had to go through that phase of getting speaking with the locals, getting used to the locals, understanding their culture, respecting their culture, and them doing the same for us. And it only brought us closer together. But wrapping up in conclusion, it basically the message that I was intending to get out was basically that regardless of where you're from, regardless of how you were raised or what society you came from, race or whatever it may be, it's your perception of how you see things, it's your perception of how you view things, and how you pursue life. The way you was brought up, your society, your culture doesn't define you. You define it. It's the past. Respect the past. Honor the past, but we can change the future. So thank you.